James LaFerle, Impossible Channel, and this is creepy as nothing I have ever seen in my life. You know, ghosts are creepy, paranormal things are creepy. Yeah, sometimes you feel the chill coming up, But when I saw this and I started getting emails from people all around the world seeing this same object that Stereo Ahead Hi2 is showing us on November 16th, 2016, well, I really started to question myself, how big is the lie NASA is telling us? How big is the lie many are telling us? This is getting quite freaky. Do you have any idea that if this information, that if people find out what this object really is, do you have any idea of the value of this information? So what I'm going to tell you is most people right now that got a hold of these Stereo Ahead Hi2 images, most of them are lying to you about what these are, what this is. These are not two objects that were caught on the Stereo Ahead images, okay? This is one very large object and two small drones, probably, okay? This very large object seems very much alike what people are seeing in our southwest skies. It is a star, and it is getting bigger. Do you feel me? It's getting bigger. People are seeing this from all around the world. New Mexico, London. If you look at the Stereo Ahead images, we have the same object, but people are focusing on the two small stars over there, two small drones or whatever they are. Okay, look at this image, folks. It seems like a small helmet, doesn't it? It also seems like we have an orb with a hole in the middle, just like depicted in Nibiru myths. David Keller warned us about an incoming brown dwarf star this week, and to be very honest, I believe in David Keller. David Keller also says that we should be aware that the brown dwarf star is going to be responsible for weather anomalies and all that, okay? Now folks, I don't know if I believe in Nibiru Planet X the way they are telling us, you know what I mean? This object you're seeing in Stereo Ahead Hi2 images, this time-lapse, the small time-lapse, is identical to this object seen in London sky. This is just very freaky, and no one is talking about it. That's more freaky. That's even more freaky, okay? So there's obviously an object with a hole in the middle, and it's being caught by cameras all over the world. And we're here talking about Planet X Nibiru, and it might be true, but I bet your ass they're laughing at our faces. Because whatever this is you're looking at, folks, we don't know. You don't know. Whatever other channels are talking about, it's probably not it. I'm telling you. And I'm very scared to be posting about this because I know that the CIA is behind hiding the truth, and the government and all that. They have thousands of bots all over the world checking what we're doing and emails and everything. So whatever this object is, due southwest, it is, I believe, it's not Jupiter. Okay, folks? James, it's Jupiter, James. Are you stupid? Yeah, well, let me tell you something. The people that are sending me these videos and pictures, they're telling me, James, look, I have some life experience, man. And I know this ain't Jupiter. So, folks, if this is Jupiter, then there's something very wrong with our skies. And again, they're not talking about it. Okay? What I want you to know is that whatever Stereo Ahead Hi2 caught there, it is very similar. Very, very freaky similar to what people are sending in. And it matches. So I'm speechless, you know. I'm getting freaked out a little bit by the amount of videos and pictures they're sending in, you know, like this southwest object, whatever it is. It's huge and it's getting bigger. This is what I've been told, and I've seen it. It's getting bigger by the year. It's here for a couple of years or more. It's been here for a couple of years or more, but it's getting bigger. And what I think is that there's few explanations to why this object varies in size in pictures and videos. Okay, for instance, why in the I showed you in North Carolina a picture, right? 3 days before the election, this object, huge object, shows up in the sky. It's it. That's it. You know. But it's huge. It looks like bigger than all planets we've ever seen in our life. Okay. But then again, a few weeks later, Louis Channel sends us a footage from London. But smaller, you know, like a star. And suddenly, during this same week, we start getting pictures and videos non-stop. Like, James, there's something weird happening in the southwest, man. There's this star that wasn't there. Or it was there and I started noticing it. Now it's bigger. And people saying that they are noticing this for quite a long time, and it's getting bigger and bigger by the year. And no channel, nothing, nowhere they're talking about this. They're talking about Nibiru Planet X and whatnot, but they're not matching it with any other thing. You know what I mean? They're talking about Stereo Ahead Hi2 standalone. And that's it. They're not matching it with any other thing that's real. And I'm here to show you that it is real, and that we can match it with other things that people are sending in. And it's due southwest. And David Keller is saying it's a brown dwarf star, and it is getting bigger, it is getting closer, and it is going to cause massive earthquakes and everything else. So it might not be Nibiru, folks. It might be that we have 3 suns, a red dwarf star and a brown dwarf star approaching. The red one is already here, and I'm gonna show it to you gladly, thanks to the people that are sending in these emails. You are awesome. Okay, now folks, pay attention. This is from another world. Comment what you think about it, really. Okay, and if you have anything to add, send us an email at thatimpossiblechannel@gmail.com. We're going to be waiting for you. Thank you very much.
Okay, so this is the other side. So we got one side, and now sun. Can I get it? Alright, sun setting on this side. So let's go left. Right. So we got two lights in the.
Okay guys, we're videoing. You can see that yeah, it looks like it's at the very bottom. Look at the bottom right there, see it at the bottom? Yeah, it's at the bottom center of the sun, and then there's one also about the 1 or 2 o'clock position is another one. There's 2 of them up there today, which is very unusual. This is the first time we've discovered 2 at one time. So I'll move it around for you guys a little bit. We had some trouble getting it focused in. They've got the sun turned up super bright today, super bright. I tried a video about 2 hours ago earlier and couldn't pick it up, but you can definitely see the little anomaly there at the almost at this between the 5 and 6 o'clock position, and then again there at the 2 o'clock position. So we have two up there today, and you can see the really weird streaks of light coming from the sun. That's because they have it turned up so bright on that artificial sun that they are trying to cover up these two objects that are obviously trapped around the sun today. So this is a great find. You can see it's fairly close to sundown here, so we had to go much later in the afternoon because earlier it was too bright. Now you can see my camera focus back out. I'll focus it back in. When I focus it in, see, it brings it back. Otherwise it's too bright. So you have to kind of do some playing with these things to find this in here, but it's definitely back up there by the sun again, and I think there's two of them this time. Thanks. Oh my God. Well, it's there. This is quite awesome. Using a gold filter on a welding lens, it's picking it up quite awesomely. As you can see, I'll move the lens flare. Moves up and down, but the whatever is up there by the sun is clearly visible. Clearly visible. I don't know what it is, but there's definitely something up there by our sun. Definitely.
Look at this cloud line. North to the east, to the south, and the sun setting to the west. Really? What's this aura about?
This is James LaFleur of the Impossible channel, and this is creepy as nothing I have ever seen in my life. You know, ghosts are creepy, paranormal things are creepy. Yeah, sometimes you feel the chill coming up, you know. But when I saw this and I started getting emails from people all around the world seeing this same object that Stereo Ahead Hi2 is showing us on November 16th, 2016, well, I really started to question myself, how big is the lie NASA is telling us? How big is the lie many are telling us? This is getting quite freaky. Do you have any idea that if this information, that if people find out what this object really is, do you have any idea of the value of this information? So what I'm going to tell you is, most people right now that got a hold of these Stereo Ahead Hi2 images, most of them are lying to you about what these are, what this is. These are not two objects that were caught on the stereo head images. Okay? This is one very large object. And two smaller drones, probably. Okay? This very large object seems very much like what people are seeing in our southwest skies. It is a star, and it is getting bigger. Do you feel me?